So today is one of those days where I question everything. You know, I come up, everything's an object lesson for me, and it prepares me for later in life. So everything is an opportunity for development and growth, and the ability to make a choice, so that old patterns that no longer work can be grown through and past, hopefully with understanding and backed up by a purposeful reason that is, whether I like it or not, it's my equivalent. It's whatever reason I make up. So and I come in I'm confronted with this senator, this assembly person that is now a senator, and I'm not interested in talking to him at all. He failed me. I get it. There's nothing you can do. Your hands are tied, and you've moved on to bigger and better things anyway. And more power to you. I don't need to be giving you any negative stuff when we all need a good pat on the back saying, "Attaboy, keep going." And it had me reassessing my life. You know, what's going on with my life? What's going on with my life? And, you know, I haven't been writing, and it's been a willed introversion to not write. And this is a new vehicle of expression here, these journals. And I'm trying to direct my creativity this way. And all other doors seem either closed or uninteresting to me. So I have to follow whatever guide I can that's guiding me. And so every day I do my physical therapy. I wake up, I do an hour's worth of physical therapy, and I'm really proud of being able to get up first thing in the morning, because usually for years and years it took me hours upon hours just to warm up my body and get it moving in the morning before I could do anything. And I've gotten to the point where I haven't had too many flare-ups, and they've been not so bad, mainly because I know how to rest and recuperate. That's what's crucial, is that my pain is my guide, not my society. You know, I don't need the pain inflicted by society to guide me. It would be nice if my society presented a joyful participation that I'd want to engage with. However, that's not the case at this time. I get all these egos and all these head trips and all these emotional eruptions and all this stuff that I have very little tolerance for anymore, unless I'm in my rest period. I've given myself a social time, a certain amount of hours during the day where I socialize, and I can pretty much endure whatever comes my way within the small little area of which I socialize, you see. I don't go with a bunch of people who are all caught up in a bunch of stuff that is frivolous to me. It has to be something that calls them, that grabs them from deep inside, and they're grappling with it, and they're enjoying it, and they're having a good time, freaking out, just spasming and saying yeah, and trying to channel themselves. And it's an intensity that I'm at. It's where I'm at. And if they're there, we got a thing going. If they're not, and they're just fooling around, messing with themselves and with other people, I don't have the tolerance for it. It's too well. It sends my back into spasm. I'm highly sensitized to the crap, the emotional crap going on, and yeah, I'm polite. I try not to insult people. You know, well, that reminds me of a story, kind of thing. To try and bring it back in line to a deeper level of experience that's underlying and informing everything. And I'm completing my Ulysses. I think tonight I'll be completing it, maybe tomorrow night. I walk an hour on the treadmill and read in the evening. Today is my weights. I go weights and then core training, weights and then core training every other day. In the afternoon. And I'm stretching throughout the day. And these things help keep my body going. But I'm always on the verge of a spasm. I always have to. I remember going and seeing the monks, the Buddhist monks, and there was one older Lama guy, and he didn't speak a lick of English, or he did, but he didn't speak it very well, so he didn't insult us in trying to communicate some of the things. And he had an interpreter anyway. But, everybody's hustling and bustling around and everything. They come and visit the town, and they're doing their sand mandala, and they just got done with one of their rituals, group blessings kind of thing. And so everybody's mulling around, and I just sit down, and he sits down next to me, and I'm using a cane at the time. I used a cane for 5 years. Because I have severe nerve damage in my right leg, which you probably couldn't tell anymore, but it was pretty bad then. I've really done a great job recovering, and I want to tip my hat and say thank you to all the physical therapists and the doctors and even the insurance companies. They may be giving me a hard time now, but they sustained me through the hard times, and I'm grateful. Things could be better. I'll state the obvious, but that doesn't mean I'm denying the truth. And he points to my cane, without any words, and the questionable look. And I tell him my back hurts. I hurt my back, and it affects my leg, and all this stuff. He goes, oh. He says, take your hand. He didn't say it, but put his hand, he started rubbing his side. Okay. So I start rubbing my side, and ever since then, because Buddhism is highly psychological, pain is very much in the mind. So I just rub it, and I imagine that white light that they talk about. Bathed in white light, all the Buddhist kind of psychological mumbo jumbo. And I don't mean mumbo jumbo disrespectfully, but for those that aren't Buddhist, it might as well be mumbo jumbo. But a psychologist wouldn't understand. Even a doctor would understand. Most people understand, no matter who you are. And I went through a whole new school, and I still to this day, I do that, when it starts hurting, I rub it, and I got the white light, and when my mind is rattling off, and I'm thinking negative thoughts, or I'm picking up negative vibes, and I'm feeling irritated, and a flare-up coming, I'll even, Om Padma Shnishash Vamelum Fat Namatasanda Vajra Krodia Hula Hulu Tita Tita Banda Bana Hana Hana Nirte Om Pe Om Mara Patsana Didi 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 Om Mane Padme Hum. And there I am. all bathed in white light, surrounded by Buddhas everywhere.